everyone, this special Geek This Week presentation, and this is the first of my 6 Universal Monster Blu-ray reviews. Universal Studios in the 1930s and 40s were known for monster mayhem. They started the trend in 1931 with Dracula, following it up with Frankenstein, the Mummy, and so much more. But we're going to talk about one of the least few knowable Universal monsters, and we're just going to first talk about the 1943 remake of Phantom of the Opera, starring Claude Rains. Claude Rains had previously played the Invisible Man in the original James Whale's movie. So this is the full color version of the movie. Now, before we get started reviewing this, let me just say these reviews are going to be different from my Hammer Horror Blu-ray reviews. I'm going to go into a little more details about the movie and such. So, with that being said, let's go ahead. You can see the cover. This is the movie poster of the cover. Most of the single Blu-ray releases of the Universal Monsters movies are going to have a poster movie as the cover. As you can see from the back here, you get little 2 still shots from the movie, description of the movie, and what features they have, which we'll go over here in just a minute. So let's open it up, and there's really nothing in decorative art in these with the Universal Monster movies. You can see the disc there, and it's just labeled, you know, Phantom of the Opera, but it does have a little silhouette of Claude Rains. Now, like I said, this is a remake. The original Phantom of the Opera was made in 1925. It was released in 1925, starring the great Lon Chaney, Lon Chaney Sr. He was known as the Man of 1,000 Faces. Lon Chaney did all of his own makeup, and he did the makeup for the Phantom, which was pretty hideous. It was scary for the 1920s. They said that Lon Chaney would torture himself to come up with these makeups to make it grotesque and hideous to scare people. And it was also known that he had a clause in his contracts to where nothing could be revealed of the makeup until the movie was released. So any publicity stills that was released before the movie had to be blanket out. His face could not be shown. The makeup could not be shown at all. So now, the original Phantom of the Opera was filmed in black and white, except for a scene where Lon Chaney appears as the red at the Masquerade Ball as the Red Death. That was filmed in what was called two-tone Technicolor. But this right here, this remake, is done in full color, which is a rarity for Universal Monster movies because they're mostly in black and white. But this one is in color. And I think this movie for me is the weaker of the Universal Monster movies. One is that the Phantom's makeup is not scary. It's basically he's wearing a mask to cover up just a hideous acid scar. It's not the grotesque, hideous makeup that Lon Chaney wore. I don't think anybody has even attempted to try to replicate what Chaney had done. And I could be wrong about that because a lot of remakes I have not seen. But let's just talk about some things. And the bonus features on this is what's called the Opera's Ghost, Phantom Unmasked. That's the documentary behind the movie. It has production stills, feature commentary. There's also a Universal special on there because this was released at the 100th anniversary of Universal Studios. And the feature on this one is called The List. And then, of course, it has the theatrical trailer on here. So, now, this is restored in high definition. If you're a Universal Monster fan and you want to have it in your collection, there's several ways to do this. You can buy it singly. There was no follow-up movies or sequels. Or you can buy it in the box set of the Universal Monster collection that was recently released that I believe has all the Universal Monster movies. You can buy it individually like I have on it here individually. Now, early, when they were first issuing the Blu-rays, Universal did have 2 versions. They had a 6-pack version, which had 6 of the movies, which did not include Phantom of the Opera, and then they did another one which included the Phantom of the Opera and Creature from the Black Lagoon. So Claude Rains does a decent job as the Phantom, but like I said, this is trying to compare this to the original, it's not fair. This movie just cannot hold up to the original movie. And like I said, this is the Phantom here is the weaker of the Universal monsters, because it's not scary. It's not as scary as the other movies. So if you are a fan of the Phantom of the Opera and the novel, and you've seen the other movies, like the Hammer version of Phantom of the Opera, which basically is a remake of this movie to a sense, and much more. So, but anyway, like I said, this is the only way I own this. I never got it on DVD. So I do believe you can purchase this on DVD. If you do not want the Blu-ray, you can get this on DVD. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to catch out the other Universal Monster Blu-ray reviews that I'm going to be doing up to Halloween. Also check out the Hammer Horror Blu-ray reviews that I've been doing, and much more. Check out all the great panels from various Pensacons and much more. So thank you guys for your support, appreciate it, and check back for the next installment of the Universal Monster Blu-ray reviews.